With the $3.5 billion Bahamas resort being marketed for sale by an international real estate firm, a leading figure in the business community is hoping the process will establish a level playing field. But more importantly, Sieska Adderley reports tonight that the chamber executive anticipates the entire ordeal will teach the Bahamas an extremely valuable lesson.
CEO of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation, Edison Sumner, says the news of Bahamas being marketed for sale comes as no surprise. But what happens next, he says, is critical. Whether the owner will be someone familiar with the project or a new qualified buyer. Either way, Sumner says a decision has to be made.
We're still hopeful, though, that between the liquidators, the receivers, the developers, the bank, etc., that they will still find some way to come together and talk about this and find a way to amicably reach a settlement agreement with the government, with the developers, etc., so that we can see this project move forward. We are all sorely disappointed as to where the project is now. We would have thought that by now it would have been open for at least a year, supporting the Bahamian economy, but things turned out quite differently.
Given these latest developments, you may be wondering what are the chances of the resort's developer, Sarkis Ismerlian, attempting to acquire the property. Sumner believes the chances of him doing so is likely.
It will not surprise me if he were to re-enter the bidding process or were to enter the new bidding process to acquire the property again. Right? In fact, at this stage, it may be advantageous for him to do so. It doesn't take away, as far as we are aware, his right to acquire the property again under certain terms, but I'm sure that may be a bit of an uphill battle for him. But if we say that we are now putting the property on the market and we're looking for a qualified purchaser, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing that says that he cannot be considered a qualified purchaser to put a bid in for the property as well.
Sumner says hopefully the country has learned a big lesson in going after a single investor for any project in the Bahamas. The chamber executive says moving forward, there must be a paradigm shift towards diversification with future foreign direct investments.
You want to invest in the country, you've got a significant sum of money you wish to invest in the country. But if you want to do it, here are a list of industries that we can benefit from as a nation that will aid in our economic and national development. And if you're interested in one of these industries or areas, then let's have a conversation. Unless you come with a plan that will totally transform the economy and you come with such a brilliant, innovative concept to doing business here, then perhaps it's time for us to begin looking at how we're going to shift our approach to foreign direct investors and development in this country.
And while he has no issues with FDIs, Sumner says at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense to attract investments that aren't good for the overall well-being of Bahamians. Sieska Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Well, from business news, we cross over now to news from the Daily Crime Report. Drug suspect Sherlin Woodside, who has been on the run for a year after he jumped bail from being charged in a major drug case, was arrested by Drug Enforcement Unit officers shortly after 10 o'clock yesterday morning at a motel in Okra Hill here in New Providence. Authorities say Woodside was granted bail for possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. However, he failed to attend court last year, March, for the trial. DEU officers also arrested Woodside's wife for harboring a fugitive.
If you know of a crime, please call Crime Stoppers at 328-8477, toll free 242-300-8477. You can also check them out on www.crimestoppersbahamas.com. Let's stop the crime before it's your time.